Happy Friday! You've made it through another week. Um, today's gospel lesson, the parable we're going to look at is known as the parable of the shrewd manager. And I'm going to plant what I want you to think about in your head ahead of time, because I think you can get lost in a lot of other things in this specific story. But I think it's to a certain extent kind of basic, very complex, but kind of basic in the just the sheer absurdity of this story in the way it is. Um, so you need to be aware of the company you keep. So here's the parable. This is from Luke 16. Then Jesus said to his disciples, "There was a rich manager, and charges were brought to him that a man was squandering his property. So he summoned and said to them, 'What is this I hear about you? Give me an account of your management, because you cannot be my manager any longer.' The manager said to himself, 'What will I do now that my master is taking my position away? I'm not strong enough to dig, and I'm ashamed to beg. I have decided what to do so that when I am dismissed, people may come to me and welcome me into their homes.' So summoning his master's debtors one by one, he asked the first, 'How much do you owe my master?' And he answered, 100 jugs of olive oil.' And he said, 'Take your bill, sit down quickly, and make it 50. Then he asked another, 'How much do you owe?' And he said, 100 containers of wheat.' And he said to him, 'Take your bill and make it 80. And his master commended the dishonest manager because he had acted shrewdly. For the children of this age are more shrewd in dealing with their own generation than the children of light. And I tell you, make friends for yourself by means of dishonest wealth, so that when it's gone, you may be welcomed into eternal homes. Whoever is faithful in very little is faithful in very much, and whoever is dishonest in very little is dishonest in much. If you have not been faithful with dishonest wealth, who will you entrust your true riches? And if you've not been faithful in what belongs to another, who will give you what is your own?" It's a tough reality, but many people will judge you, look at you, classify you, however you want to phrase it, by the company you keep. Growing up, when I did, in the time I did, this was a constant refrain from my parents. We go to church. It's based on the company you keep. Do you surround yourself with good folks or with folks that aren't so good? And I don't mean this in the sense of, does the world see these as good people? Does culture see them as good people? I'm saying, are they good people at heart? You can be a kind of a person that people don't care for, who doesn't dress right or doesn't do the right things, and be a delightfully wonderful human being that is warm and caring and compassionate. And you can also be the one who puts on all the right shows and goes to all the right places and is just rotten to the core. Jesus says this manager who's going to cheat his owner out of all these things because he's done poor management, he has not taken care of what he's been given, he has not been a good guy, period. He's going to have to rely on those who he has cheated in the past and is now offering grace at the last minute to be his salvation. And Jesus says, if that's the kind of salvation you want, you better find your friends now. Find those dishonest people, those people who do not follow, and go be with them. Because when push comes to shove, you will be judged in with them rather than the ones who have been less wealthy, less important, less anything, and have yet kept the good company. It seems a little harsh. I think it's really important when you think about it. People who are dishonest, people who lie all the time, people who do not do what's right, left and right, surround themselves with people who continue to do the same. People who are honest and have integrity surround themselves with other people who are honest and filled with integrity. And Jesus says, those who are faithful in very little will be faithful in as much as well. And those who are dishonest in little will be dishonest in much. It seemed pretty basic to me. I hope you look at the company you keep. I hope that you can say in good conscience that the people you spend your time with and choose to invest your time with are those who, if not are already walking the path, are the ones who are trying their darndest to walk the path, and not the ones who shun the path and say, my own way is better than everyone else's. Have a fantastic weekend. We'll talk to you soon.